I want to get into the Diddy trial. The Diddy trial has been happening, and I've got a bunch of articles that I've been getting about this. This Diddy trial is so weird because all I'm seeing, and I might even make a video about this, is like true crime influencers treating it like this is some kind of vlog, or like a fun thing to document. Like Diddy basically is black celebrity Jeffrey Epstein. Like a woman beating, molesting, allegedly, fucking murdering, violent monster, allegedly, according to some stories. Who knows how true they are? And there are so many people that just like make TikToks that are allowed in the courtroom for some reason. Okay. Now I love the idea that independent media voices are getting heard more. And I like that, that the mainstream media isn't the only voice that matters, but I think that we can all agree that a chick that just makes TikTok and YouTube videos about true crime and makes it sound like celebrity gossip instead of people's lives being destroyed, maybe those people can wait outside while the real journalists do their work. You know what I mean? Because I'm seeing, who's that? She's like, I think she's like the Asian girl. She's like posting daily vlog TikToks of my day at the Diddy trial, and I'm just a girl covering something and following my dreams. Brother, hundreds of women were raped. Can we not use the inspirational music? I feel like this isn't a career opportunity for you. I know that you're having a lovely time, but at least pretend that you're not. Something about true crime women, man. Women watch true crime to relax. You gotta, like, that shit should terrify you. I don't know how people can listen to true crime in general. Anyway, let's get into the true crime. Anyway, now that I've finished admonishing that woman for making TikToks about the Diddy trial, I'm gonna tell some jokes about it. Look, Spearhead Sunday's home of hypocrisy. Exotic dancer, The Punisher, on how he found out Diddy's identity. Male exotic dancer Sheree Hayes testifies at Diddy's sex trafficking trial in New York City. An exotic dancer called The Punisher discovered his client's identity when he turned on a hotel television before an encounter, and the screen said, "Welcome, Sean Combs." Sheree Hayes testified at the hip-hop mogul's sex trafficking trial that he was hired to create sexy erotic scenes with Combs' then-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, while a naked man watched from the corner. Diddy was a cuck? I guess that makes sense. Anyone hosting these sex parties has got to be like a bit of a cuck, right? Because, I would just rather have sex than host a party. No one wants to, if you take the sex out of it, who the fuck wants to host a party? I don't. All right, I like attending the party. I don't want to organize the finger food and make sure everyone else has a nice time. Organizing a party is cuck behavior. If you are a wedding celebrant, you are a professional cuck. He did not realize at first that the man was Combs. That changed when Mr. Hayes was waiting for his clients in a luxury hotel suite and saw his name on the television's welcome screen. Mr. Hayes testified in a New York courtroom on Tuesday about his first meeting with the couple. He was specifically told not to acknowledge the man in the room, and he said Combs wore a veil over his face. But that'd be terrifying. Imagine you show up to have sex with someone's wife and the husband is dressed like the Black Bride. That's so scary, man. I'm trying to have sex with someone's wife and the husband is dressed like a fucking lampshade. That's scary as fuck. I've never understood the cuck thing. I don't get it. I understand every sexual fetish I understand because you're doing something. Do you know what I mean? Like whatever you're into, if things feel good, great. But if you're just watching, you're just watching. Although I like watching movies. You know? I can't play an instrument. I like to listen. Maybe that's what it is. If you can't, your dick doesn't work anymore. So you just kind of, yeah, get him. But I've never liked, I don't like watching sport. I like watching UFC. You know, which I guess is like cockfighting. Cockfighting? But I don't know, like I'm not like when I watch people fight, I don't wish I was in there with them. You know, because I'm like, well, that would hurt. Right? But if I was watching people fuck, I'd be like, well, that looks like that feels good. I'd like to join. That's one thing I don't understand that is like just the enjoying. I know I'm saying that from like what looks like quite a comfortable cuck chair, but I'm not in a hotel right now. A veil. Bro, that is so funny. What have these famous people been doing? This is only the type of behavior that you can even get an idea to do because you grew up in an era before social media and mobile phones. Right? I'm just going to wear a veil over my face and no one will know it's me. It's like that doesn't work anymore because every single person who posts themselves online is wearing a veil in the form of a filter and we can tell that it's them. At a hotel room in Trump Tower, don't bring my president into this. Mr. Ventura greeted him at the door wearing a bathrobe. Or Ms. Ventura. Inside the room, the furniture was covered in sheets and there were little bowls on the floor with bottles of baby oil. Yeah, I'm getting an MO here. He described 8 to 12 encounters he allegedly had with Miss Ventura while Combs watched and gave directions. That's so funny. The directions included adjusting candles and instructing the two to have sex. What's that, like is that the Alice in Wonderland movie with the Mad Hatter? Change places! You know, just Diddy sitting there with a veil over his face. Change positions! Light the candle! Doggy style! That's so funny. Sometimes Miss Ventura would wince or sigh at the mogul's suggestion. Oh, I don't like this one. Yeah, I know. Could you imagine? Like two people are trying to fuck and then one guy who's not involved is like, Can you guys like face me? I can't see. Excuse me. Sorry, this is no, it's good. It's good. Like it's fine. Like just do you, but like I'm here as well. Can you like just adjust it? Other times she would look to Mr. Combs for consent for certain activities. Mr. Hayes' testimony comes after testimony last week from Daniel Phillip, who also claimed he was paid to have sex with Miss Ventura while Mr. Combs watched. I don't get it. I've never understood that one. That is fucking wild. What else do we have here? Oh, we got one more page here. And it also says that Mr. Combs would yell. If he was upset with how things were going, he would get upset and yell. No, not like that. No, don't fucking like that. I would blow up if I was hired to do a job and the guy was like, no, not like that. Do it like, why did you fuck her then? Huh? You hired me. I'm a professional. All right, if you're so concerned with how she should be fucked, why don't you fuck her? Why don't you fuck her and then you film it and then you can watch it and you can see exactly how you like it, huh? I'm here. You hired me for a reason. I'm a professional. Don't talk to me like that. Show me some respect. I'm an artist. I care about this shit. She's having a nice time. You sit there and watch. I didn't come to your job and tell you how to do your job. How would you like it if you were in the booth and I was like, no, that sounds bad. Do it like this. You wouldn't like that. You'd find it very disrespectful. When you go to a restaurant, do you go behind the oven and tell the cook how to cook? No, you sit there and you enjoy a meal and you say, thank you very much. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for years. You hired me to do a service and I'm doing it. She's coming. You sit there and you don't talk to me like that. I know what I'm doing. I'm a professional. I mean, is that Diddy? Dude, I love. Oh, well, I don't really love your music. It's all right. Bad Boys for Life. That's a good song. What else? What else have you done? Yeah. You were in that movie? No, I didn't see it. Anyway, should we keep? Yeah. Look, I'm sorry. I blew up a little bit. I'm sorry about that. I didn't. Look. I just care about my job a lot, and I'm I'm nervous. She's nervous. You're wearing a veil, all right. To be honest, I didn't even know you were here until I noticed you out of the corner of my eye, and it scared the shit out of me because last night I watched a movie, and then I watched a YouTube video and it like pointed out that you can actually see the ghost in several different scenes in the movie at the start, but you don't really notice it. And I've just been thinking about that, man. If my house was haunted and there was a demon around and I didn't notice it in the movie about the demon, maybe there could be one in my house and I wouldn't even notice. And then you're sitting in that chair wearing a veil, and it just scared me. And also you told me that I'm not allowed to talk to you, but you're giving me feedback on how to do my job. And I just felt disrespected, and I had to stand up for myself and defend myself because I've been doing this for a long time. No, it's fine. It's fine. No, I think we both made some. No, look, let's start again on a whole new leaf. All right. Can I have your autograph? No. Okay. All right. Now, Cassie, where were we? I just don't understand. I feel like the closest I can get to understanding the cuck thing is like, it's like sympathizing with like, oh, wouldn't this be a naughty idea? But then doing it, I couldn't imagine not being fucking like flooded with regret and like like half an inch into penetration, I would just go, oh no. Oh, this was just an idea. We shouldn't have done it for real. Oh no. You know? Or even like maybe you're into it for 5 minutes and then 20 minutes goes by and you're like, you guys, I busted a little bit ago. You guys still, you still, all right. You're still going. All right. Still going. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. We both agreed. We both said it would be good. And it was my idea. I brought it up. Yeah. But then even after that, imagine like 2 months later, you're doing the dishes and you just get flashbanged. Ding! Akira! Ah! It slipped out and she put it back in. Fuck! I've never heard that noise before. I just feel like at best, it sounds like it could sound like a fun idea, but if you did that shit, but for some people it's a lifestyle. I can't like they're just like, nah, I love that. You know? Just outsourcing it. I couldn't imagine having multiple male prostitutes on payroll just to fuck my wife. That's hectic. Anyway, this other one is like, it seems like every day there is an insane thing that comes out about the Diddy trial. They're just like, they must have been compiling dirt on this man for fucking years. Right? As soon as he like kind of became like outlived his function of whatever government was getting him to film fucking celebrities doing illegal acts, as soon as he like was used up and was no longer useful, they were like, all right, now we can arrest this criminal. You know, like he's basically just Black Epstein, right? Epstein was doing whatever he was doing for whoever he was doing it for. And then that kind of just fell out of favor. They didn't need him anymore. They were like, all right, shut it down. Shut it down. Rapper Kid Cudi just testified at the Sean Diddy Combs trial. What a snitch. This is what I'm seeing a lot. Like Kid Cudi is a snitch. Now, I understand that I am a straight white male that has never been involved in any sort of organized criminal activity and has also never in his life ever had an African-American friend because I don't live there. I would say that I have one African-American friendly acquaintance because there is one African-American guy that lives in Australia and I have done a few gigs with him. And one time, a couple of years ago, I saw him at the airport and we had a lovely chat. So that's about as far as I get into the culture of this. And also, he's not a criminal, you racist. All right? So even he wouldn't be qualified to talk about this. But my understanding is you're only a snitch if you did a crime together and then told on your partner. Is that not... Like a snitch is not like, I'm using my imagination here, but if someone were to rear end my car and I had to contact the police to file an insurance claim, surely I'm not a snitch. And also I would argue that even if contacting the police or helping an investigation in any way makes you a snitch, I think that maybe we can make an exception for a guy who is allegedly a sex trafficking, pedophilic, murdering, violent sex offender. Allegedly. I feel like that's maybe, all right, you can snitch on him. Because if we're protecting those people, you know, my brothers, I feel like we need to take a good hard look at ourselves. Sorry, I was just hitting my Diddy pack. Smoking on that Diddy pack. Rapper Kid Cudi just testified at the Sean Diddy Combs trial. Here's what to know. Kid Cudi has become the latest celebrity to testify at Sean Diddy Combs' sex trafficking trial in New York. The day and night artist took the stand on Thursday local time and told the jury about his brief relationship with Mr. Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassie. Cassie. This is good. Should I do the whole article like this? Testifying as a prosecution witness, Mr. Miscuddy said early one morning in December 2011 as Miss Ventura... Okay, that's it. Miss Ventura called him and said Mr. Combs has found out about their relationship and asked him to pick her up. My understanding of this is Cassie is either a terrified, traumatized victim, or she is Ghislaine Maxwell, who is turned on Diddy. I'm leaning towards the victim, but many people are saying it could be a little bit of both, to be honest. Could be these things happen. Sounds like she was there for a lot. But Diddy and Cassie broke up for a little bit, and then she started seeing Kid Cudi, and Diddy took exception to that. And he said, hey, you're only allowed to fuck my wife if I pay you to fuck my wife. That's so crazy as well, is that Diddy was very upset that Cudi was dating Cassie, but he had multiple male prostitutes paid to fuck her. Like, maybe that's really why he was upset at Kid Cudi, because he wasn't... Well, no, you couldn't be upset. Like, if anything, Diddy's getting a bargain out of this. You know, like he's kind of getting a service that he used to. Like if I get my hair cut every now and then, if a guy was like, "Hey, I'm going to cut your hair for free," I'd be like, "Great." I wouldn't be angry at him. You know? Maybe maybe Diddy would have been fine with it if he was allowed to watch. Maybe that's the real issue. It's like, you can fuck my girlfriend, but I need to be able to watch. He said Miss Ventura sounded nervous and scared and warned him she had given Mr. Combs his Hollywood Hills address. What a snitch. Mr. Cuddy said he took Miss Ventura to a Hollywood hotel to get away from Mr. Combs, who was seething at their relationship. While there, Cuddy said he got a call from Mr. Combs' assistant, Capricorn Clark. That's a terrifying name. Capricorn Clark? I mean, that's the name of a supervillain. Right? That's an evil genius in a Superman comic. Capricorn Clark? If I got a call, "Hello, this is Capricorn Clark," I'd hang up straight away. I'd be like, this guy couldn't possibly say anything that isn't evil. But I haven't read this. I'm just judging him harshly by his name. Maybe he had something kind to say over the phone. Capricorn Clark told him Mr. Combs and an affiliate were in Cuddy's house. Oh, no. Cuddy said he called Mr. Combs while driving home and asked while he was in his house, to which Mr. Combs calmly replied, "I want to talk to you." But Mr. Combs and his associates were not there when he arrived. Instead, he found someone had opened Christmas presents he brought for his family and locked his dog in a bathroom. A few weeks later, Cuddy testified his Porsche convertible was damaged by fire while parked in his driveway. That is scary, dude. That is very, very, very scary. A Molotov cocktail was found on the passenger seat of the car. Ms. Ventura testified last week that Mr. Combs threatened to blow up Mr. Cuddy's car and hurt him when he learned she was dating the Grammy Award-winning rapper. What? I can't date anyone, but prostitutes are allowed to fuck me? What's the difference? Hey, if you have sex with that man and I'm not paying that man and watching, I will be very upset. You know what it's like? It's like, you know, if you're watching a show with your girlfriend and she starts watching, you don't watch the show for a little bit and then they text you and they go, "Oh, by the way, I watched episode 3 and 4 without you." You're like, "You bitch. How could you do that? What a betrayal of my trust." And then they go, no, well, why don't we just watch them again? I just really want, you're going to watch them again, so I got to sit there and watch these 2 episodes next to you, knowing that you know what's going to happen. It's ruined now. No, it's fine. You watch the show without me. You like the show so much you couldn't even wait for me. You watch it all without me. Maybe that's what that's like. If you're like a cuck, it's like, no, I have to be there and watch. You can't just do it. He said, so Cuddy told jurors that Mr. Combs had denied any involvement in the car fire when they met at a Los Angeles hotel the next day to try and smooth things over. What's with people meeting in hotels? Is that what people do? Is it a hotel room or lobby? Either way, I find it very weird. Like Cuddy, they meet up at a hotel and Diddy's wife answers the door. Like, "Oh, I thought Diddy was here." She's like, "Oh, he's not here." "Who's that?" "Oh, that's just a guy wearing a veil." No, that's not him. "It really looks like him." "No, it's not him." "Really? Because the welcome message on the TV says welcome Diddy." "No, that's not him. Just ignore him." Well, don't ignore him. Like, listen to what he says and try to position yourself so that there's a nice view for him. But other than that, don't acknowledge him. Also, light that candle. Cuddy said Mr. Combs told him at the meeting, "We were homies. You knew that was my girl. You knew that was my girl and that only An approved number of men could have sex with her other than me. At the end of the meeting, as they stood and shook hands, Cuddy said that he asked Mr. Combs, "What are we going to do about my car?" He recalled Mr. Combs gave him a very cold stare and responded, "I don't know what you're talking about." Cuddy said he thought he was lying, but let it go. And there were no more episodes at his house. Yeah, that is terrifying. "I knew he had something to do with it," Cuddy said, leading to Mr. Combs' lawyer to object. Jurors were told to disregard that remark. Does that work? I feel like that whenever I see that shit happen on Law and Order, I just am like, yeah, he definitely did it. Guys, please forget that you heard that. Heard what? There's no way that they disregard that shit. All right. How did Combs' lawyer respond? Could you imagine being Diddy's lawyer? I don't know how you would do that. During the defense cross-examination of Mr. Cuddy, Mr. Combs' lawyer, Brian Steele, that's a good lawyer's name, Brian Steele, guarantee that's not his birth name. Brian Steele painted Miss Ventura as the villain in her relationships with both men. Yeah, classic. Objection, Your Honor, she's a whore. He suggested that she had played both Cuddy and Mr. Combs and had been living a double life. I don't know how she had the time or her pussy had time to recover if she was having sex with Diddy and a bunch of Diddy's male prostitutes and Cuddy. That sounds exhausting. Well, I guess she wasn't having sex with Diddy at all, but he was watching. Cuddy testified that when he started dating Miss Ventura, she led him to believe she and Mr. Combs had broken up. In reality, Miss Ventura testified earlier she was still seeing Mr. Combs for freak-offs after using a burner phone to contact Cuddy and keep their relationship a secret from Mr. Combs. Ms. Ventura was living two different lives. Is that true? Yes, Cuddy replied. So, I mean, what does this have to do with whether or not Diddy was sex trafficking women? Oh, I guess it's like they're trying to figure out if this Cassie girl is a victim or also a perpetrator or a liar, I suppose. Cuddy said he was in love with Miss Ventura and was upset to learn she later decided to go back to Mr. Combs. While under cross-examination, Cuddy acknowledged he had left his door unlocked on the day he says Mr. Combs entered his home. That is so funny. Why the fuck would you leave your door open if you lived in America? That's wild. Although I do that sometimes, and I live in Frankston, so sometimes you do be forgetting to lock the door. Anyway, that's enough of that. All right, this is going to be going on for fucking months and months and months. Just the most horrific news you've ever heard in your life about Diddy and all your favorite celebrities. God, there's got to be some people that are sweating so much, freaking out about those freak-off parties. I always thought it was weird, even before there was even a hint of like an allegation thing. Whenever you see like a dude in a mansion standing on a balcony being like, "Welcome to the party," someone's fucking his wife. And he orchestrated that.